Hello YouTube, it's Lion here with Hobbies Man once again, and today we're going to be doing another Kaiju number 8 chapter review. Today we're going to be looking at chapter 71. So, let's just jump into it. In terms of news, I can't remember any news coming up this month. The Twitter has not really posted anything interesting. They are doing those little square like profile pictures of different Kaiju number 8 JDF members, so follow them if you're interested, but I can't really remember any news coming up in the last couple of weeks. So it is what it is. I think volume 4 comes out here in October, here in October, or maybe in November. I don't really remember exactly, but at this point I'm super far behind on the physical collection. So yeah, I only have the first volume. Now, let's look at the recap for Chapter 70. Basically, it was kind of the start of a new arc. It was the wedding situation. One of the guys from the cleanup crew from the beginning of the story, I think one of Kafka's old co-workers, was handing off his daughter to her husband-to-be. They were in a wedding reception kind of situation. And right as they're about to get married, a giant kaiju appears in front of them, and it seems like Japan is suffering nationwide attacks of different kaiju all over the place. We saw some mole-type kaiju, we saw some locust-type kaiju, we saw kaiju of all types all over the place, and crazy shit was going down. We also saw that Narumi shows up at the nick of time. Basically, the cleanup crew's daughter may or may not be alive, but Narumi is definitely going to kill the kaiju that bit into her. So I'm not exactly sure what that means, but that is what is happening at this point. And the chapter ends in a very cool close-up of Narumi's face as he says, Japanese Defense Force roll out, something of that sort. And that's where that one ended. Chapter 71 starts right at that same moment. The JDF is on basically on the attack right now. It definitely starts with that awesome, Japanese Defense Force rollout moment. It's very badass. There's a bunch of attacks all over the place, and Narumi's crew, the people that are around him, the people that came with him, are actually in charge of evacuating all of the people that they can from the area. Now, the father figure, the co-worker of Kafka's, is questioning. He's like, Captain Narumi, he's trying to say something. And I'm guessing he's trying to say, can you make sure my daughter's okay, or something like that. And he's kind of fighting against the guy that's trying to evacuate him. And he's like, what the hell's going on? Why are you not helping him? We have to do something. And they're like, no, man, we got to go away because the most dangerous life form in this area right now is Captain Narumi. The kaiju can go fuck itself for all they care. It's not really all that powerful compared to Narumi, of course. And it's so cool. It's very, very badass. As Narumi is, fighting these kaiju, he's activating his powers and he's, getting rid of all of them. He's, talking on the phone with some other coordinators, with the other coordinators of the JDF, and he's trying to see what's going on. He's like, hey man, we have a lot of kaiju here, can we get some reinforcements? And the reality of the situation is that because of the nationwide attack, there is literally no one that can help them, so they just have to kill them all themselves wherever they are. And we get to see that there's a bunch of kaiju all over the place. I don't remember any of the specific locations because I didn't take note of them. But, there's some crab kaiju in near the water. There's, I can't remember. I think it was like some sort of another type of mole kaiju in a different place. There was this dragon kaiju in the middle of the forest. There was a lot of different types of monsters all over the place. And we actually also get introduced to a new Hoshina, another member of Hoshina's family, because remember, the Hoshinas are a kaiju-killing clan from Japan's past. I can't remember his name specifically, but he is a Hoshina. He does seem similar to the vice captain of the 1st Division, right? Or the 3rd Division. I can't remember which division Kafka initially joined. I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd Division, and Narumi's the captain of the 1st, right? But Hoshina, the one that's training Kafka, is not in the chapter, but his relative is. So that's pretty interesting. We also see that basically they have decided or have come to the conclusion that number 9 is making its move because the attacks are way too well coordinated. And so we get this beautiful, awesome panel of Kaiju number 9 moving a chess piece, and it looks so awesome. It's so cool. It's a great panel. And, there's just an overwhelming amount of attacks everywhere, right? So they have to send in what, and it turns out that it's Kikoru wearing the number 4's weapon, looking basically exactly like her mom. And again, the Valkyrie enters the field, very similar to one of the early chapters. I can't remember. I think it was like chapter 27, 29, something like that, where the battle is raging and they need backup, and so they send Kikoru, and she shows up with her giant axe and she beats the Kaiju to all hell. So we're gonna have a moment like that again, and we also get to see a little bit of introspection from Kikoru. She's like, I'm not at the same level as my mom right now, but I need you to help me out, Kaiju. Number 4, please give me your strength. And it's a very good moment. I really like it. We also notice that Kikoru has those little Renegon eyeball things in her eyes, the same way that Hoshina and Narumi have. So I guess this does confirm that if you have enough of a attachment to a Kaiju, in this case using a numbers weapon, that it changes your biology in some way, because every person that we have seen with these special eyeballs, with these like Renegon, circles in their eyes, are all numbers users. So that's pretty interesting. I really like that. I thought it was really, really cool. I don't really have any theories beyond that, so that's all there is to know about this chapter. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too, and thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.